And look, she's at the top. Welcome home.
Hi everyone, welcome to Fastpass Furious, the podcast. I'm Sarah.
I'm Skylar.
And I'm Amanda.
So this podcast is basically going to be just us talking about random stuff, but it's quasi-related to Disney and Universal,
stuff we
theme
like.
parks, movies, all of the above.
So anyways, we're experts on Disney and Universal. We
Because we
represent,
did go to
we represent both.
we have been to both of those places, and we have seen at least 2 movies from each of the franchises.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So we feel overly qualified to give all of our opinions on it. And you will accept them as facts.
Uh-huh.
Correct.
You're hereby initiated into the Fastpass and Furious cult.
It is a cult,
And also, the bigger the family,
the stronger
the
their
stronger the
family. That's how
family.
That's why we're
Repeat
going to
after
sign
us.
off every episode.
Okay.
Okay.
So we did that in the beginning, prematurely.
But we'll do it again at the end. We're just getting the audience ready to know what they're looking for, so they can say it along with us.
Yes. Okay. We met in January of this year. We worked for Disney. We were actually on the Disney College program. If you're interested in hearing more about that, we'll talk about it in a later podcast. But for now, we're just going to be like introducing ourselves because this is just episode uno. So let's get into the questions, ladies.
We did write, I wrote down a few questions. I kind of went through like Disney and Universal tags on YouTube and picked some out. And they're a little lame, but I feel like they could be a little fun, you know?
It could be fun.
Like us.
Sometimes we're fun.
And also lame.
Rarely.
Yeah.
So, the first question is going to be, what are your favorite attractions from both Disney and Universal? And who wants to answer that first?
Sarah can.
Okay, my favorite attraction at Universal is the new Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure roller coaster that they just opened at Universal. It's great, and there's nothing else kind of quite like that at either park. So I think it's really innovative and very fun if you like adrenaline and things such as that. And at Disney, I also just like the adrenaline. I really like Rock and Roller Coaster. That's what I'm going to go with. It's fun and it's fast and it's furious. So
I kind of don't think that Aerosmith makes sense in a Disney park. I like Aerosmith just fine, but like it doesn't make sense. So Disney can buy the theme park rights from Universal to turn Rock and Roller Coaster into a Fast and Furious attraction.
As they should. You're right. And I want the neon lights to stay, but I want the neon lights, instead of saying like Hollywood Boulevard this way, I want it to just be like a cutout of Vin Diesel's face and Dwayne The Rock Johnson's face. And I want it to be in neon, and I want to zoom past it. Right. And then I'll be like, was that Vin Diesel? And I won't even know. And no one in the who works in the gift shop is allowed to tell you whether or not you saw Vin Diesel in this ride.
They're really secretive about it.
I
That's
like
their whole gig.
I like that there's no plot to the ride. I really enjoy a ride that just kind of throws you into things without explaining itself, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
that
why
they should actually keep Fast and Furious, get rid of Aerosmith, add Vin Diesel, but not tell you it's about Fast and Furious. Just add Vin Diesel.
You just have to guess.
Yeah, that's why it's so confusing, because you see Vin Diesel and you're like, this doesn't make sense. Vin Diesel's not a Disney character. So and that's why you come off the ride so confused. Like, did I just see Vin Diesel or not? And the people who are at the gift shop are like, what are you talking about? No, this is Disney World.
Yeah, so the fast, you get off confused, you ask the park attendants, and then you're furious.
Yeah.
Because they won't tell you.
You
Fast
get gaslit from Disney at Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
And
They
I'm
accuse you
confused.
that you're crazy.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
All
Yes,
right.
As
Who's next? Who wants to talk about their favorite attractions?
Amanda, you want to go?
Okay, sure. I agree with Universal. Hagrid.
What if we say no repeats? No repeats or hesitation.
No, you can repeat.
For all
That
your
just means it's a good
Well,
ride.
here's what I'll say. Hagrid is my favorite, but since you already took that answer, I'll say my second favorite, which is probably Jurassic Park River Adventure.
It's a good one.
It's
And why
good
is
for
that your
wet day.
favorite?
It's great for
No
wet
one
day.
knows who what day is.
Wet day is obviously the day that you go to the park to get wet.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you have to
But
plan for it.
It only works in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
When Curious George's little hickety spigot opens back up.
Pickety spigot.
That's what they should call it.
you're just
Then you can
gonna-
have wet day at both parks.
You're just gonna run around in the fountains with all like the 3-year-olds.
Yeah, and no one tells you that you can't jump in that middle pond at Universal where they have the water show. There's not a sign
Yeah.
saying you can't get in.
I mean, there is a fence,
But
but
unless I can read it with words, it doesn't count.
Fences.
there's no explicit rule. Well, what's your favorite ride at Disney?
My favorite ride at Disney is Expedition Everest.
That's a good one.
See, again, just like Rock and Roller Coaster, it could use an update. I think it's great. I like that it goes fast, but you sit at the top of that hill before you go backwards. Spoiler alert! And you sit there way too long.
I like
you stop,
Expedition
and then
Everest.
it's like you just wait for 20 minutes before they're ready to send you back down. I don't know.
Okay, Sarah just likes fast rides. She doesn't care about the content, the story.
No stopping.
Well, I think that
I
Hagrid has a great story. Yeah, if we could just go fast and no stopping, that's what I'd like.
Okay.
That's why she likes
You don't
Rock and
like the
Roller
Yeti?
Coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Skylar?
Well,
Is because it lasts for 15 seconds.
If you time it, you will see that it is significantly longer than 15 seconds by several seconds.
Very few seconds longer.
Okay.
But
all right, I'd like to hear Skylar's hot take.
my hot take, it's quite different from your hot take.
I'm pretty sure I can guess your hot takes on both of them.
Really? What do you think my favorite in Disney
Okay,
is?
I couldn't guess that one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well-
Winnie the Pooh's when Pooh dies and Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my god, he doesn't die!
All right, we don't we'll look up for another time. We'll save that for another time.
Okay.
Wait,
so
can I
my
guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
Is it Peter Pan's flight?
It's not.
Okay.
But that would make sense considering my favorite in Universal is E.T. Adventure.
And let's just unpack that for a bit.
What? That's the best ride there, by far.
Why is that your favorite ride?
Okay, first of all, it smells good in there.
Okay.
And I read these reviews on one like website where someone was like, it smells so bad in there. I hate it. It smells so good in there. It's
agree.
so good. It's just whimsical. It's fun. I like the song that all the baby ETs sing. And I like that ET says your name. And it's so much fun. And I like ET. So that's why I like that ride. No comment from you guys?
I'm gonna save my long E.T. The Adventure ride and how it gives me flashbacks. It gives me war flashbacks. I'm gonna save that rant for another time.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about because that ride is absolutely wonderful.
I don't have
Delightful,
anything-
amazing.
I don't have anything bad to say about E.T. per se. I really like E.T. I do wish, however, that they would get their ride attendants on board with whoever's controlling the volume in E.T. Because it's always a vastly different experience every time I
Yeah.
went on the ride.
Sometimes you go in there and it's like blasting.
Yeah.
And it's way too loud. ET is definitely my favorite. I love that ride. Mostly because it smells good. It's the best smelling ride out of any ride. Except
Okay, so with that in mind, would your favorite Disney ride be Pirates?
it is.
Soarin'.
It is.
Oh.
Because of the smell.
Well, it does smell
You
really
like
good in
you
there.
like damp, musty water smell.
It's
We
a
found
good
your
smell.
cue.
Okay, on a side note, I did buy like this fragrance oil that's supposed to smell like the water from Pirates of the Caribbean, and it doesn't really smell like it, but it kind of smells like it. And that's something I spent my real life money on. But I do like
Worth it.
I do like Pirates of the Caribbean, partly because of the smell. I had a hard time. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't think Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite. My favorite attraction at Walt Disney World is Carousel of Progress, and it's the best.
You know what?
Oh.
I'll give you that one.
It's really
you know what? My favorite might be changed to the People Mover
you know
because
Ooh.
it goes fast and doesn't stop.
it does not go fast.
Well, but does it stop?
It goes mildly fast.
And it doesn't
It
stop.
goes like 15 miles per
It
hour.
doesn't stop unless we're not going to name names, someone might stand up on it.
Shut
If
up.
it would stop.
Did one of you
I feel
stand
like
up
a
on it?
I did not stand up
No.
on it.
Oh, who stood up on it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh.
this is just something Amanda witnessed.
Uh-huh.
Or Amanda did it. Amanda, did you stand up?
No.
I sat down like a proper lady and I did my princess wave to all the peasants below me.
I was there for that one.
You were probably waving at me while I was working.
Honestly, probably.
And peasant is right.
Uh-huh. But
Oh.
yeah, I think Carousel of Progress is my favorite. When I was thinking like attraction, I was thinking ride. So I didn't really think of Carousel of Progress, but that is my favorite attraction.
If it moves,
It's
it
a
is a
ride.
ride. If it moves, it's an attraction. If you move, it's a ride.
Okay.
And you do move.
Very slightly, but yes. I just think that attraction is very charming. I like the song. I like the animatronics. I like the history.
I just had a thought.
What's the thought?
What if Carousel of I can't speak. What if Carousel of Progress moved like Mission Space?
Oh my god, I would hate it.
Like it was a centrifuge.
Okay, just so we're all clear, my least favorite attraction ever of all time is Mission Space. I
agree with that.
It sucks.
I don't, because I think that NASA is cool, and I think NASA
I
making
think
a ride. It was
NASA
innovative,
sucks.
and it's okay. You want to talk bad
I'm
rides?
kidding. What's a bad ride?
The namesake of our podcast.
That would be a bad
Supercharged
ride.
Is
We're gonna have
the worst ride
uh-huh.
at Universal.
We're gonna have to have a whole podcast unpacking that statement, because if we unpacked it now, we would be here for multiple hours.
For days.
Yeah, we're really using up all our ideas on this first question. Let's go on to our next question.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good question. Okay, ladies, what's y'all's favorite land in the Magic Kingdom?
Sarah, you want to go first again?
Okay. My favorite land in Magic Kingdom. Can I go ahead and start with my least favorite?
You can start with your least favorite.
Liberty Square. It's in America. It's already an American
Tell
park.
that to Epcot.
Yeah, and same with Epcot. Epcot has the American Pavilion. It's just
Tell that to Walt Disney. He was the greatest
He loved
patriotic
America.
American man.
There ever were.
And I believe that, Walt, but my favorite could possibly be I like the concept of so many of them, but the execution is where I waver.
Oh my god.
I can't go first. Someone else go first. We're gonna have to cut this whole part out.
Skylar, what's yours?
Okay. Well, I also do like most of the lands. But I think that my favorite would have to be Fantasyland. Like we said, we worked there, and when I was working at my job, I was most of the time working in Fantasyland. So it's especially because of that. But I think that when you think of Walt Disney World, Fantasyland is kind of like what you think of, but other than like the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just really charming, really sweet. I like how there's multiple little areas. I like the circus, even though it's weird that it's in Fantasyland.
I
but
thought
it's
the circus
fine.
wasn't part of Fantasyland. I thought the circus was its own thing.
No, it's part of Fantasyland.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think
I think
so.
it's its own thing.
I think it's its own thing.
Is storybook circus
Maybe not. Maybe it's in
part
Fantasyland.
Well, I know.
For the sake of saying something different, we'll say Frontierland.
I also do like Frontierland. And yeah, Storybook Circus is in Fantasyland.
Huh. How strange.
But yeah. I also do like Frontierland.
I like Thunder Mountain because it go fast.
It doesn't stop.
It does not stop.
Once you get on, you can never get off.
That's my favorite kind of ride.
Forever.
Just keep going.
I do love Big Thunder Mountain. I think that's the best mountain.
I do think some of Frontierland could afford an update, but the concept is cute.
What is getting an update? And we'll talk about that in another podcast.
Yes.
Spoilers for another podcast.
Stick around because there will be more podcasts.
It's not
Or
just
not.
this one. We won't just talk for 5 hours straight. Or will we? Stick around to find out.
What's your favorite, Amanda?
Okay. I'm also gonna do, for the sake of saying something different, but also this may just be my favorite. I really like Adventureland.
I also like Adventureland.
I always lump Adventureland and Frontierland together.
Yeah, but I like Adventureland because I like almost every attraction in Adventureland except magic carpets because I just think they're unnecessary.
Yeah, that's a stupid attraction.
But Jungle Cruise and Pirates are top tier rides, and also the new like Jungle Skipper restaurant is really, really good and it's themed really well. And I just like the theming throughout the land. I think it's like whimsical and I think it really transports you. But I think all of the lands do a really good job of doing that. But just to be different, I'll say Adventureland.
Yeah, there's not much in Magic Kingdom that I don't like.
Yeah.
So that's a hard choice, but I like I like Frontierland and Adventureland. But I also agree that Magic Carpets is dumb and doesn't belong there. But anyways.
All right, well.
Are you guys ready for the next question?
Who is your favorite character to meet?
Okay.
At which park?
Who wants to...
I guess
all
any.
parks.
Ooh. I don't know.
My favorite character to meet is it's a tie between Bumblebee and Megatron in Universal. They are the Transformers, and they have limited things that they can say, but they have a lot of personality, and the costuming is done really well, so like you can't even tell there's a performer in there. It just really looks like a Transformer.
Because it is.
What do you mean that is a Transformer?
I'm sorry, excuse me. It is a Transformer, and they're always really fun meet and greets, and they're never all that crowded because for some reason people don't like to meet the Transformers, even though they're so fun. And they're one of the few times when a fully masked character can talk to you. So I love that.
Yeah. I think that every time we've gone to meet the Transformers, we just walk right up to them.
Yeah.
And they are the most fun, except for Optimus Prime.
He's still fun, though. He kind of was a gentleman. He made me feel like a lady.
Yeah.
But I think Megatron, out of the Transformers, Megatron has got to be my favorite because he stomped at us.
I agree.
But like Bumblebee gave my heart palpitations.
Oh my god, are you attracted to
Who
Bumblebee?
isn't? I'm attracted
Is
to
this like
Megatron.
furries but different?
This is not anything like furries, please.
It's
Please
metal.
stop.
Metalies.
We've lost our furry audience now because we shamed them.
I don't want a furry.
I don't shame any community. If you are not hurting yourself or hurting others, you are fine in my eyes. We accept you.
We love you, furries.
I'm sorry, furries.
Just join our podcast community because the bigger the family, the stronger the family.
I do think if we could
Uh-huh.
limit our time on this podcast talking about furries, that would probably be in our best interest. But
No, this is a furry podcast from now on.
how about you guys?
Okay.
You got favorite characters, or are we just gonna talk about furries all day?
This is a furries
Okay.
podcast.
Amanda, do you have a favorite?
I agree that Megatron, I think, is the best at Universal, but I think my favorite character to meet overall, and this might be a cop-out answer, but it's true. I think Mickey Mouse is the best character to meet. Every time I've met him, he spends so much time with you. And like he's just so sweet and he just wants to give you lots of hugs and lots of love and lots of attention. And I just feel like I am Mickey Mouse's child every time I enter his meet and greet. And it makes me feel really special because I think he loves me more than any of the children that are in line to meet him. And I really like that.
That's cute.
Amanda, were you with me that one time that we had just become cast members?
Yes.
And we went to go meet Mickey, and the photo pass was like, "Oh my god, do you guys have your name tags with you?" And we were like, "No." And then she took like the little Mickey hat and she like placed it on the ground, and she spent so long like trying to take this special picture with like Mickey and this Mickey hat in the background. And I never got her name, so I didn't give her like a cast compliment or anything, and I feel really bad about it because she was so awesome and Mickey was just so nice. And I do agree, Mickey is always fun to meet.
Yeah, I was there. That was awesome. Like there was like one family behind us. Like we weren't like holding up a ton of people. I mean, except that one family, but that's fine. But yeah, like I didn't get the cast member's name either. And we said we were gonna like give her a cast compliment, and we never did. But yeah, that was a really nice experience. And like multiple times after that, meeting Mickey, it was just still like top notch every single time. But I imagine Mickey Mouse, you know, he has a lot of time in the business. You know, he's become really accustomed to meeting and greeting his adoring fans. So it's no surprise to me that his meet and greets are always so wonderful.
That was such a heartfelt answer.
Just the best guy.
And yours is like, Bumblebee makes my heart sing.
That mine was heartfelt too.
Yeah, it was. But it was lustful.
Yeah, I guess. Yoing. My heart goes yoing.
And he made, well, never mind.
Oh, is this a family podcast?
I was just gonna do the auga.
I can't pinpoint. I really like meeting characters. Like when I go into the park on my own, I don't really ride the rides. I just wait in line to meet the characters. I think that my favorite, like my go-to when I was at the parks by myself, was to wait in line at Princess Fairy Tale Hall, not for Cinderella and Elena. I like them, but every time I meet Cinderella, I feel like I'm yelling at her because she's like very quiet, and I just feel like I'm like screaming at her. But I really love meeting Rapunzel and Tiana because they're my favorite princesses, and it's always a party in that room. But other than them, I really like meeting Mickey, and I love meeting Pooh because he's always so sweet. If you go in the UK pavilion at Epcot, in the very back right of the pavilion, there's like a secret it's not secret, but they don't market well, room where you can go meet Pooh by himself, and there's never a long line for it, and you get to meet him in Christopher Robin's bedroom, and that's one of the best meet and greets.
I've never done that.
Um,
I knew it was there, but I
it's
never
such
did
a
it.
nice meet and greet.
That one is
I
nice.
love that meet and greet. And then at Universal, you can meet Betty Boop, which I didn't know that until I went to Universal. You can also meet Hello Kitty, who I also love, but I've never met her. Oh my god. We got a braggy daddy on the loose.
It's me. I'm the brag daddy.
But I did meet Betty Boop, and she was very nice, and that was a fun meet and greet. All right.
So, what's your favorite snack to get in the parks?
This is such a vague question. I mean, I guess there's like specific snacks that exist, but I don't know. I don't really snack. I like to get a full meal at the Epcot pavilions, the World Showcase.
I'm a snack fiend. I would get a snack every time I went to the parks.
Yeah, me too.
Not really Universal so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm vegan. So Disney I think does a little bit better of accommodating to vegans than Universal does. So pretty much anywhere I would go in Disney, I could get something vegan, whether it was like a snack or a meal or whatever. I don't necessarily know that this was my favorite snack, but I got it all the time. The Mickey pretzels, or just like the pretzels in the park. They were very filling and they were always very warm and salty. But I mean, they were just pretzels, so I wouldn't necessarily say that's my favorite, but that seemed to be the one I got the most. And then I really like the Dole Whips as well.
Classic answers, classics.
Yeah.
I am gluten-free, and Amanda and I have talked about maybe in the future doing an episode where we talk about like eating gluten-free and vegan in the parks. And like she said, Disney is far more accommodating when it comes to food allergies. But you know, I felt like I snacked a lot in the park, but I think most of the time I just got ice cream. But then I eat like half of the ice cream and then I feel bad about buying it. So I don't know what my favorite snack would be. I also like certain places in the Magic Kingdom have gluten-free chicken nuggets. And you can get like a kid's meal with gluten-free chicken nuggets. And that's also something that I would get pretty often. But other than that, I don't know if there's anything that like stands out to me as my favorite snack.
Yeah. What about you, Sarah? You just didn't like snacks?
Well, I'm trying to think if I really ever got snacks. Like, I don't know. I just never really got snacks.
We can cut this question if you guys want.
A few snacks that were really good was during the Flower and Garden
Yes,
Festival.
that is the one time I definitely snacked. That's what I'm saying. Epcot has the food game, you know, way above any other park. Universal, Disney, Epcot is the number one food destination. I think everyone can agree.
Well, I haven't eaten many like meals at Epcot, but I would agree that the Flower and Garden Festival had the best snacks. We weren't there for a program that was the festival that was there when we were there. I think we got there like as Festival of the Arts was ending, but I don't even know if
I went to Farts. I went to Farts for the last couple of days, and they had some good food there too. Because every World Showcase pavilion will have its own festival kiosk, where it's not that you're going into any of the restaurants; it's just a kiosk. But they have such like fancy, like artistic little bites. They're so expensive, but it's worth it to me.
Yeah, I remember for Flower and Garden, Amanda and I they have a vegan booth, and I think they also have a vegan booth for Food and Wine. But they had these little avocado chocolate pudding with like matcha powder on top, and then like edible flowers, and they were gluten-free, and it was really good.
That's so
It
good.
tasted like chocolate Pop-Tarts.
Ooh.
And I don't think it was that expensive.
I think it was like $5.
Yeah, it was probably about $5.
My favorite
But it was a
thing
good amount.
at that festival was it was this like lavender lemonade or something. It was a frozen lemonade and it was purple and it was so yummy.
I think Amanda and I also got, I think it was blueberry tea.
It was like a
lemonade,
blueberry lemonade tea, and it was really good.
and it was really
It just
good.
I ordered
I wish
everything
that
from
stupid
the
food. We had these checklists and we were gonna go and check off every single food item.
I
'cause
know,
we
we
were
spent a
gonna eat it
whole day
all.
planning what we were gonna eat.
We were planning the route.
Yeah.
Gotta hit this kiosk first, this kiosk next.
Yeah. And
And
then
But yeah, so if you could only go to one park for the rest of your life, what would it be?
And this is our last question.
who mm.
Someone's dog is whining.
It's mine. She's been whining for like the past 36 minutes and 10 seconds. So
Poor Harper.
yeah,
She
well, I
needs
have her locked out of my
attention.
room because I don't want her whining like directly into the microphone. So that's probably why she's upset. She probably needs to pee, but I can't really do anything about that at the moment.
Okay, one park the rest of your life.
Okay. Can I go first?
Yeah.
So I think this might be a very basic answer, but I think that this is the park that I have the most nostalgia for, and also the park that I would visit the most on my program, and that's Magic Kingdom. I also think that Magic Kingdom is the park out of all of them that has the most attractions and entertainment and characters. So I think that that's a place that I would probably say is, if I was to visit one park for the rest of my life, I would choose Magic Kingdom.
It's definitely the biggest.
There's the most to do there for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I would probably say Magic Kingdom too, but again, for the sake of being different, I'll say something else.
Okay.
Magic Kingdom has the most to do for sure. But I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm gonna say Animal Kingdom.
And why would it be?
I don't know. Animal Kingdom's probably my favorite Disney park, just because like my favorite ride is there. I also really like the food at Animal Kingdom, and I just think it's themed really nicely, and it holds like a continuous theme throughout the park.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll say Animal Kingdom.
I think as far as Disney goes, for the sake of being different, I'm gonna say there's only 4, so I would say Hollywood Studios. Maybe, even though I love Epcot so much, I think Epcot's my favorite park, and that's definitely the park I went to the most. But if I had to do one for the rest of my life, it would maybe be Hollywood Studios. Maybe that's because we didn't get to go while we were living down there.
Yeah.
Because cast was blocked out for it. But I think they have really fun characters. It has Fast Ride. It has Star Wars World, which is pretty cool.
Do you like Star Wars?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Star Wars.
I didn't know you liked Star Wars.
I done seen all the Star Warses. I like went through a big phase where I really liked Star Wars.
Me too.
But now it's just a moderate like.
I
like the healthy amount.
I think
this
really
reminds
love
me.
Star Wars, but...
This reminds me, and I want to backtrack for a second. When we were talking about our favorite attractions, I really didn't think about Hollywood Studios that much because we didn't get to go. But I think the best ride at Disney is Rise of the Resistance.
I mean,
but it's not my favorite.
I feel like I can't really speak on it because I've only ridden it once, and I was just like too caught up in the moment to really pay attention.
And I've never ridden it, so
yeah,
no spoilers.
Think it's fantastic, but like I don't think I can really speak on it.
I just think like design wise and the amount of work and effort that went into it. I think it's like by far the best and most innovative ride at Disney, but it's not my favorite just because, like you said, I've only ridden it once. So, and I was just caught up in experiencing it. I didn't really like take
Maybe
into account everything that was happening.
It can become our favorite.
Yeah, maybe
You have
if we
to
ever
earn it.
get
Oh,
back to
and
Disney.
we also didn't mention this, but another exquisite attraction at Universal is, of course, the Bourne Stuntacular.
Oh my
It's a
God.
show. It's brand new. And it holds a special place in my heart. We got to see it when it was in previews. And
It really is something.
what can I say? It's a stunt show, so it is very entertaining. There is really cool technology used in it. It's pretty immersive. You get to see cool stunt fighting. If you liked Indiana Jones or light motor action, you'll like something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's new and innovative, and I love it. But it's also pretty funny.
I think that's
it's not supposed to be funny, but it is pretty funny to me.
We'll talk about it more in another episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think
We're gonna
that we've
dedicate an
planned to
entire
have another
episode
about Bourne.
to the Bourne Stuntacular.
The Bourne franchise, really.
Yes. Oh, so I guess a couple notes for the future of this podcast. We're hoping to kind of hone in on some of our park experiences, give some of our, best and worst experiences at the park, kind of our recommendations and guides as to how to do things. But we're also hoping to do some video commentary about the movies that these rides and attractions are based on.
Mm-hmm.
So, we don't know exactly what kind of schedule these things are going to be put out in yet, but we're going to do our best.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
But that is just, this is just something fun we're working on, and we hope people like it so that we can become famous.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be the new... This podcast, Fastpass and Furious, is the new Serial.
And people are gonna talk about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, have you listened to the new Fastpass and Furious episode this week?
Okay, I understand we have a very specific targeted audience.
Last week, the Disney parks reopened amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And so next week, we're going to be talking a little bit about the safety precautions that Disney has taken and are put in place. And we're also going to talk about our experience going to Universal last month, which don't roast us for not social distancing.
Because we did social distance. We did it right.
Yeah, we tried our best, but we did experience at least a theme park and how they're dealing with things. And there are a few differences between Universal and Disney. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to talk about all of that stuff in the next episode. All right. So if you'd like to see more from us and maybe get some updates on upcoming episodes, please follow us on our Instagram at Fastpass and Furious. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, you can DM us there. Oh my God, there's a big thunder outside.
Is it going to rain? It's sunny here.
Oh, we didn't even mention that we don't live in the same place.
We're very far apart.
Yeah. We are.
I mean, like, not different countries.
We're actually in the same region of the United States. We're all from the
in
southeast.
Different time zones.
Different time zones, but the same region. We'll let you guess where you think we're from.
DM us.
Wink. I guess we're signing off.
Yeah,
everyone's
now
together now. The bigger the family, the stronger the family.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
We're not watching anything, they're listening.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
When did this turn into I love you?